So hopefully y'all can hear me here. It is a little bit windy and we're going straight GoPro today. Usually when I review a product, I like to bust out the big cameras, you know, but we're gonna go straight raw GoPro covering this product. I wanna go for a ride rather than sit here and talk about it so we can get those raw, live feedback right while we're using it. And what we're gonna be taking a look at today is another windshield on a Honda Transalp. Today, we will be looking at the Givi windshield here. And as you see, I left my Honda deflectors on here because Givi windshield comes down, cuts in, and the deflectors, the Honda ones, if you can see it right there, they still kick it out to the side. What I'm looking for is that wind to stop beating up on my arms. I'm not saying I don't like wind, but y'all know I love a good windshield and I love different tires because again, these two simple mods can transform a bike. Now for our first test, we're going to be doing just slow back roading, 30-40 miles an hour. I will throw up the measurements compared from the stock windshield in this Givi one, but if you're interested in any of those WRS ones we looked at, I'm not going to be doing that whole comparison. We'll talk about it, but it's not going to be a deep comparison like that. If you want to hear more about those, make sure to go check out that video. We went into a detailed review testing all those, but today we're just going to focus on this one here. And I'll tell you what, right now going 40 miles an hour, it's definitely reducing that wind off my arms, which I like. And again, I think some people, yeah, let me switch my mode real quick as we're going to hit some, oh, just passed up user. There we go. As we're going to hit just a mild stint of fire road here. Coast is clear. I'm starting to fog up. I got my, it just rained here, so I'm going to pick this up just a pinch. So now my visor is open, and again, still 35 miles an hour roughly here, and you can probably hear the difference with the sound of the microphone now with a little bit of wind coming at us, because even with this windshield, and this one's a little bit taller than the WRS Capanord, and I'm getting a little bit of wind in my face, which I do like. I don't want that wind beating me up, but I do like that breeze, right? We all like getting on our bikes and getting that air going. I want to take it a little bit easy here. I got traction control off and it's pretty slick out right now. Again, it's the first time we had rain in a while. All right, so now my visor's closed. You know, I'm going to leave it one little pinch up just so you got the example of the wind we're getting here. So I got that slight crack open because my glasses keep fogging, but then you can get that realistic wind sound as well. But again, back to what I was saying, how this windshield's a little bit taller than the Capanord one. I still see over it perfectly fine. That's something I mentioned. I don't want to be looking through a windshield. I want the windshield to block everything I got there. Mode switch again. There we go. But again, I don't want to be looking through it like this, which honestly, sitting like this, you guys are probably still looking through it because my GoPro's down on my chin. But again, as far as me, right at 6 feet, I am right over it. The tip of the windshield comes right underneath the visor, like right where I would pick up my visor. I remember the WRS Touring came to my chin, I believe it was, or maybe that was a stock one, and then the Capanord came up a bit more there. This one here is coming right up to where I would pull the visor up here, so not bad at all. It's not in my vision, it's not blocking what I'm seeing, especially if I'm off-road, if I need to see right there, you know. So as we're testing this windshield here, I just want to be clear, right? Because I think a lot of people might have misunderstood in the previous video. A lot of people are like, oh, the stock windshield's fine. And yeah, the stock windshield is good, depending on the rider, right? If you're taller, what kind of rider are you doing? I'm not just riding to the grocery store or to Starbucks, you know what I mean? I want to go for a ride, a long distance, and if I'm sitting there, if I got to get on a highway for a little while, when that wind starts beating you up, I'm telling you what, it's the fun has gone out the window really quick, you know. So again, I've learned my lesson on long road trips, and you really appreciate, again, a different windshield that suits you as far as your height and stuff. It's the same thing with tires, like I always mention. It depends on the rider. If you're treating a Transalp as a touring bike, heck, never change the tires. The stock ones are fine. Do you plan doing any off-roading? The stock ones are horrible. You know what I mean? But as far as riding just basic back roads here, just cruising around, I'm really liking this windshield. Again, it's taking that wind, because you see the Givi one cuts out here super far. The wind's coming out here all the way out to my mirror, like out towards the outer hand of my mirror, when before it would kind of cut in right here, and that goes all the way down to here. It's coming out past my handle. Up here, same thing. All of the wind, because this one's not as curved as much as a WRS one. So if you like more wind, I think that WRS one's gonna suit you better. But if you want to reduce a little bit more of that and maybe do some longer tours. Again, wind out here, wind out here, wind up here going up over my helmet. I just feel it breezing past my top vent up there. Oof, I'm really liking this one. But what I want to do is go find a little bit more off-road and kind of get the feel of that. Again, because I don't want a windshield obstructing my view when I'm off-road. I want to be able to see my terrain. And that's another thing about this Givi one. I believe it only comes in this tinted color. At least that's all I could find. I had to order mine from Italy, by the way. But it wasn't too expensive. Maybe right around $100. I think maybe even 97. Just check the links down below. No affiliate or nothing. It's just, again, something I've been wanting to try. But I never really use tinted windshields before. I don't use tinted visors on my helmet. I like mine clear. But this one's not like dark. It is definitely darker. Again, you guys have probably been looking at it clear as day here, but I can still see my lines perfectly fine. I do get a bit more warping on this than I did on the WRS ones. Definitely, so the warping starts from here down. The WRS ones, the warping was just down there, so it wasn't in your view at all. This one is right there, and I'm getting some reflection. If you guys can see in the camera, from my dash up here, I'm getting some reflection. So, is that because it's tinted? I'm not too sure, but again, you do get that warping starting maybe halfway point. So here we go for our off-road test. Again, because I don't want that windshield obstructing me when I'm off-road. Now, I gotta watch out, it's a little... Okay, it is more than a little bit sloshy out here. Again, this is sand when it is dry, and then when it rains, just the whoa. Just when it rains a little bit, it gets incredibly sloshy here. I got my traction control off as well on the Transalp. And as far as the windshield, when I'm riding just like this, like obviously you're not looking right here, you're looking above and a few feet ahead of you around that turn. And it's really not obstructing me. I will tell you, I'm not sure if it's the tint or since it's a little bit bigger, but you know, I feel like I see it more. As goofy as that sounds, it's definitely in your vision, but this one is the biggest out of all of them we've tested. Let me focus here for a second. It looks like it's going to get a little bit sloshy, so I'm going to stand up. Yikes. All right. It's since we have no rain, again, the sand, these pits can get pretty deep sometimes, so I'm just trying to stay on my toes here while I'm yakking. But as far as this off-road, I would say if you're under 5'11", I would probably say, I don't know, I would say steer clear of this one. Number one, with the tint. But number two, I feel like you're going to be looking over it too much. It's going to be cutting right in between your vision. So if I just slouch down here an inch or so, I've got my vision here and then half my vision up there. And I personally, it's probably honestly how you guys are looking in the GoPro right now. And me personally, I don't like riding like that. I don't want to be looking through a windshield. I want the windshield to just be there. Unless, of course, I get on long highway stints, then I'm fine with it being over there. But again, if you're 5'11", or if you're using even a seat pad like I have on right now, I really dig this. Let's check some high speed real quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just going like that. From standing, and you guys can probably hear the wind, to down sitting. I don't have any of that wind beating up my arms, again, going at like that 60 miles an hour. Oh, that's nice. This is what I've been looking for. It really is. The one thing I wish it was clear. So there we go, the Givi windshield on the Honda Transalp. And just looking at it like this, I think the lines and the sharpness of it really flow with the bike quite a bit. It doesn't look really ridiculous and tall. I think what's really separating the look, because again, this being the tallest here, I think these wind deflectors, and plus since they're tinted, it just makes it look a little more small and compact. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think without those, I wouldn't be as fond as this, but that gives it a really nice flow, really sharp, you know, doesn't look like a grandpa touring bike. And I think this one might stay on my bike. It's taking that wind off of my arms. But if you like a little more wind, or you want something a little shorter or clear, make sure to check out those WRS ones we just recently checked out. But anyways, thank you so much for coming by for this quick adventure / review. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you on the next adventure. Bye now.